As an infant grows and begins to explore the world, needs for adult regulation of impulse are paramount and build on experiences of sensitive responding in which the baby's needs are received and understood. Containment.
Self-regulation describes the control we have over our thoughts, feelings and actions, and is key to our ability to interact with others and engage in activities and tasks. It's critical to the curricular outcomes of responsible citizen and successful learner. The foundations of self-regulation are laid down in the early years and build on the developmental stages we've been describing. The child who is becoming physically mobile and can explore his or her environment has no ability to assess risk. Not only that, at this stage of rapid development, young children are subject to strong impulses and quite often major tantrums and rages. They need adults to help contain them, to manage feelings and impulses, and to keep them safe. Typically, the attuned child will check by looking at their carer before embarking on a new activity, such as exploring an electrical socket. If the child sees and hears disapproval, distress is engendered. This is usually referred to as momentary shame. The misattunement on the carer's face and the tone of voice stops the child. The attuned carer will then help the child to integrate the shame by distracting, reassuring, or comforting if distressed. When the shame-inducing experiences are limited to issues of safety and important issues of social acceptability, a pattern of shame regulation develops. This is the foundation for moral development. If we are able to regulate shame, we can begin to experience shame in relation to others. In other words, guilt if we hurt or offend another person. Too much shame or toxic shame interferes with the development of guilt. These experiences also lay down a pattern for the development of a sense of responsibility and learning from mistakes. So we make mistake, feel shame, reintegrate socially. The experience of rupture and repair lays the foundation for an ability to develop the capacity for hope, optimism and self-efficacy. That sense that a person has some control and can make things happen. If, however, the child's experience of shame is disintegrative, in other words, where carers are random and unpredictable in shame-inducing responses, where ordinary child behaviour or minor incidents are responded to with anger or hostility, where the same behaviour can be ignored or reacted to, where the parent withdraws or treats the child with coldness, where there is a lack of emotion so the child can't read the signs, or where shame is induced over bodily functions, feelings or needs, then this experience of global shame can be overwhelming for a child and can lead to difficulties in being able to take responsibility for behaviour or explaining why he or she did something. The child will avoid shame by trying to be perfect or by blaming others. The ability to make choices can be compromised, as stress can be increased by the fear of making the wrong choice. And since the capacity to make good choices is based on an ability to predict, and in particular on an ability to predict that a choice might be regretted later, children who've experienced random, inconsistent and unpredictable responses to their exploratory, testing out, risky behaviours can have compromised ability to do this. Anyone who has ever been with an unhappy or frustrated toddler will have a sense of what is meant by infant rage. At this time of rapid brain growth, little ones are highly subject to rages and tantrums. Carers who are attuned help their child to contain this, building patterns for managing aggression, managing destructiveness and managing anger. When needs for regulating rage are not met, the child is likely to have difficulty managing destructive impulses. There can be a tendency to cause others to feel angry and/or frightened, and the child can pose a risk to others in social situations. Children who have experienced severely disrupted attachment may not have had their needs for the regulation of impulse, shame and rage met. Consequences for children can be profound. They may be unable to manage and control destructive impulses, have little capacity to account for actions. They may be easily triggered to react, and ordinary frustrations may provoke unmanageable impulses or overwhelming shame or rage.